Hi Pisces. The Orphan. The theme is very strong today. It came in two different decks. You have the Child, the Orphan, and the Prisoner, the Orphan Prisoner. As you are now very focused on your career, what is next for you, there's a lot of mental energy happening here in the collective. Mars is in Gemini. It's going to be there for a few months until March, and that's pretty rare. So that is truly putting ourselves in a mindset that can get very scattered, very dual, and that can prevent you from staying in your heart. So here we have a choice, a big choice the next coming month. Especially October, November are going to be very, very dramatic when it comes to how we choose to live our life. Are we going to choose to live our life from the heart, from our passion, from the space that is not afraid? Or are we going to let ourselves slip into the scatteredness of negative thinking, of auto-sabotage, of poverty of consciousness? This card has been coming. As you know, Pisces, we have this strong feeling of being alone, in a sense, not being understood, because we have this rebel in us. You know, we have this unique way of approaching things, of seeing things, and that can really put us into a sense of when we actually want to put into action, materialize our ideas, feel that when we're at the verge of being that independent, of not being accepted. And so this orphan issue, there was a comment from one of you in the last reading that was talking about this, you know, about this feeling of fear, not valorizing who we are, and putting ourselves down. That coming from the very low energy of needing to survive, the survival mode, the ego mode. And so here we are asked to conquer our fear. It's really important at this time, with this new moon in Virgo, as we're approaching a full moon in Pisces on the 10th of September, that we find a way to always come back to the space within ourselves that is full of love, that is our spiritual center, that is where we create from, that we do not subtly let ourselves go into the mind mode, which is more external, which is more superficial, that brings all the fears, all the illusory sense of everything is wrong, and just feeling abandoned because of our own immaturity, you know, because of this child within ourselves that is still crying. And so that issue of the theme of orphan, the orphan is always searching for a home, is always searching for its family, you know, a sense of belonging. But here we're asked to be a warrior. We're asked to really learn from our past. Here you have the past. And adapt to a new way of life, a new sense of recovery into our own light, and truly focus That's the practice. Focus, focus, focus internally on that. Spiritualizing matter and not letting matter, which is the form, which is the external world, get the best of us. This is a beautiful card here. I don't know if you can see it. Ether and matter. This sense of, you have here two infinity symbols, could call to twin flame. But here we're talking about finding the joy within the emotions, creating from that, but not letting that pull us down. It's really choosing to spiritualize the matter, to elevate us. The ether pushing us to elevation, rising, rising, rising. They're saying here, new life, sparkles, bedding in the light. That is exactly it. You need to learn to bed in the light, that you are only light. And this is your focus. This is found inside. And in this light, you will find only the vibration of the heart of love. And so here you might be very much so in reflection. You have the lady of the mirror here, and not judging yourself, and finding that space that is empty, spacious, where you are moved by the heart, by the light, by life itself, that you breathe, right? But it's not you breathing it, it's you let it breathe you, and you surrender completely to it. Not letting the moon, the illusions of worry and fear get the best of you. You have here understanding the truth of a situation, powerful intuitive epiphanies, letting go of worry and fear. That's this choice we talked about. Living from that heart vibration, that joy that you find within, that is only within you, that nobody can give you, bring you in that way. Because this one is permanent, is infinite. And so, by the way, 33 and 44 coming through, master number is very significant. But as you let go of those illusions, you're able to let the rebel within you shine. And that is what we are asked to do here. You know, there's this authority, this society that we're in, but you have different ideas, you have different ways of being. And how can you find the spiritual system, integration within you that will allow you to move forward? You know, it's not believing. You know, Virgo has to do with discernment. You know, we are in this very strong Virgo energy right now. We are to discern what works for us, what doesn't work for us. And that's through your own experience every single day. How do you feel? Is this routine good for you? You know, all of those things. And so here we need to not let the pressure of society, of the external world, get the best of us. We need to, instead of fighting against that, we need to co-create with spirit. You have the spirit of the spider here. Co-create with the universe. That means that you allow the inspiration to come. You don't judge it. You welcome it and you just do it. Again, this mental energy is so strong that we need right now to learn with every breath, every single moment, to settle, to relax into that spaciousness that is who we are, that brings the truth of our future. But for that, it's learning the lessons of the past so that we can be renewed into a new version of ourselves, which is our natural self, which is who we are, Pisces. Now you could be getting into the mode of the Hermit here very strongly, the monk, where you get into devotion an inner devotion that is disinterested, that is detached, that is only dedicated to spirit. And that's how strong the focus has to be. It doesn't mean that you have to be a monk per se, right? Or a nun. But it's that dedication to the practice, knowing that you always have a choice. Let yourself slip out or stay within. And so here, again, we don't want to separate the spiritual world with the material world. Here we are to integrate that. How do we integrate that? By learning how to constantly stay in that state of neutrality, where we're not judging every single move we're doing. We're not judging our work. We're not judging the moment, whatever is happening around us, because we are solely dedicated in the light, in the heart within ourselves. We spiritualize matter. They are no longer two, they are one. And for that to happen, you need to live that from within. You need to become the one. Okay, Pisces? So here, you also got the child. So again, a lot that has to do with our child wound or whatever trauma we've been through here. So if you're feeling a little disoriented right now, it's normal, Pisces. We are truly going through difficult times. But remember to not overwhelm yourself, put so much pressure. They're saying here, step by step. You can also find help, in alliances that's coming through as well. But this is with the camel, where you need to get back into perhaps a state of child, child, not in the immature way, but in the welcoming every moment with gratitude. Thank you for this moment. Thank you for that. And knowing that, again, it's always one coin and you can see one side of it or the other side. And so choosing, that is where your will, your consciousness comes into play, where you choose to see the light, see the beauty, and only create from that. The perseverance has to do with step by step. You don't have to do everything in one day, right? It's step by step, slowly but surely things will be done. But your only focus needs to be, again, in the essence of where that inspiration is coming through, is coming from. Okay, so also you got adaptability. How can you adapt to different situations? You're a very mutable sign, Pisces, so you're very flexible, sometimes too much, so watch for that. But here we have a need to adapt to circumstances as well. So not getting too rigid about, having a plan, this, that. Again, not getting lost in the details. You have here needing to see clearly. The details are part of the whole. We need to always keep the big vision happening. And so how that is going to take form will happen as it has to happen, but don't attach to the details so much that you lose the goal or the big picture or why you're actually creating what you're creating, right? So that's very, very important here. Now, you got be assertive. Don't back down from what you believe. Courageously stand up for yourself. Yeah, we need to be a warrior here. We need to truly get into that mode of, yeah, I can do it. I will do it. And I will go beyond my worst enemy, which is me. And again, it's not a fight. It's embracing, watching ourselves, watching why I'm stressed right now, or watching why am I overwhelmed right now. And always come back to breathing, come back to that space. We all have a space where we feel good, right? It's coming back to the body, dropping the mind into the heart. This is really what the work is all about right now. Now you have the Four of Swords coming through, Four of Winter. Set aside the concerns for now. You can make a decision later. Solutions that come from meditation. The need for more sleep or vacation. Yeah, you can't figure everything out right now and at the second, right? So there's a need to trust the process, to know you're on the right path if you are feeling joyful. Now it's about cultivating that inner garden, that how am I feeling? Am I calm or am I stressed? If I'm stressed, okay, I need to take a break, 1 minute, get out of the mind, right? And you might be learning stuff. You might have to adapt in that way as well here, where you might be learning things about, new skills that you need for your project or stuff like that. Going back to school, apprenticeships, education in the form of seminars, excellent craftsmanship, and long-term projects. Do more research before proceeding. So we are in this mode of learning. Gemini has to do with that as well. Maybe there's a lot of information. Maybe you're learning a lot. You're watching a lot of videos and stuff. And that's good, opening your mind in that way. But remember, at the end of the day, you need to always come back to what? Your sense of well-being, of expansion within, and of connection, truly, with the divine, the inspiration, and surrendering all of it to that. If you cultivate that state, if you focus like a monk, internally, you can be within a lot of people, but you can also feel very much in that sacred space that is not feeling lonely, abandoned. It's feeling like a temple. You are in this bubble, this temple, where on this higher state of consciousness, from that, you create something beautiful, Pisces. Here, you have ships of light, number 11, coming through. Beam up your vibration. Open to star family. So, again, this vibration. You will feel the difference. When you're stressed, contracted, nervous, restless in the mind, where nothing makes sense anymore because you're thinking too much. That is heavy energy. But when you relax, when there's a sense of space within your bones, your body, your muscles, you will start to slowly but surely arise to a sense of tranquility, you will sense your physical heart vibrating, a sense of joy coming through your solar plexus. And that is when you're aligning again. Okay, so also you'll sense a sense of lightness within your body. But that will also give you a sense of grounding, because the presence will start taking over your ego. I have to do, the mind, this, that. The mind will work by itself. Don't worry about it, right? But here we need to go into a deeper place here, where with the fire and water, stillness amidst turmoil, feel emotional integration. That is exactly what is happening. As we are having so many thoughts that can trigger emotions, and emotions as a spiral, trigger more thoughts, and that gets, worse and worse and worse. Here, we are going through a storm. Actually, there is a storm right here behind. It's okay to feel it all. Cleanse, collapse of the old, realignment. That's exactly it, right, Pisces? Where truly it's okay to feel, but we don't attach. So when there's an emotion, we don't, as I was mentioning 2 readings ago, I think, you feel the emotion. You don't repress it. You don't block yourself from feeling because of fear. You feel it, but also you don't believe in it. You don't attach to it. So it's just letting it pass. And how can you do that? Only if you are in that deeper sense of calm, always. That sense of truth, that depth of love, Pisces. Let go of fear to jump into love. And here we go. That sums it all up. Let go beyond attachment. There's no attachment here. We're not talking about the romantic love that is conditional, that is attached, that is neurotic. We're talking here about becoming the love, feeling the love, accepting the love as well, but not attaching to it where it becomes unhealthy. So it's always this very thin, subtle balance that we need to get into, Pisces. And here, you might find yourself a little alone, and that's okay, that's good. But take that time to learn about that, to learn about yourself within that space. And from that space, let the love that you start feeling within overflow and give that to others. Generosity. This is how you're going to create your future. From the ambition of the ego, let your heart talk. Let your heart express itself. Don't be afraid, Pisces. Okay, don't be afraid. We're going through rough times. We are kind of like a fish out of the water here. Let me know in the comments if you're feeling this way. But definitely we need to go beyond that, knowing that we are in this time exactly for this reason, to learn to choose between fear and love. What is the state in which you want to live your life, Pisces? From joy, love, connection with the divine, or separation, sadness, depression? Okay? You can choose, Pisces. It's here right now within you. You are that state already. You just need to catch up with yourself. Okay? So I love you, Pisces. I will see you very soon. Take care.